Oh, hi there. Today we are going to continue storming the High Mino Castle from the book Storming the Mino Castle by Kaneko Takashi, and book link in the description from Nekomado, published by Nekomado, sold by Nekomado. It's one of the great English language books that we have, and it looks like there is still maybe we still have quite a bit more in this chapter, so unlikely to finish it today. We've had two, I believe, sessions so far of storming the High Mino, and what we're starting today with problem 135. Let me see how many there are. Okay, there. Problem 148 is the last in this chapter, so unlikely that we'll finish those today based on the speed in which I do these. But let's start. This is problem 135. I'm just checking it to make sure it's correctly transcribed. Their pawn is on 6-5. Okay, everything else, we've got a rook on 4-1. We've got 2 silvers, 3 pawns, which is telling me there's going to be an edge attack somewhere in here. They have a lance and a pawn. All right. So here we are. Immediately I'm thinking about going to the edge. This square being open is the thing that's maybe stopping me from doing that. So the something that just caught my eye, silver 5-2. Silver 5-2. If he takes, I drop a silver. He runs. I push the edge. No, that's not enough because he could also drop a lance. So I don't think that's going to be it. If this square is open and we could drop a pawn, interesting. Let's say we push. He takes. I take. No, not take. So push, take. Drop. Take. Pawn drop. Also going to need to do something about this lance drop. That lance drop on 5-1 seems... Oh, hi there, Gabrielle. Great to see you. I need to do something, I think, that will head this off. Pawn. This is going to be an interesting one because I'm nothing thematically is seeming to pop out at me. And nothing is seemingly all that much of a threat. I guess if I do drop the pawn and he takes, I've got the silver. If he takes, I check. He runs, I take, and that I think is good. That I think is good. Hey, Surgebringer, nice to see you. But the pawn, if he slides over, that's good too. Anyway, he slides over or goes back, that's good. If he goes back, it's silver drop. So I'm going to say this first. Say he takes. They can't drop the lance now because I just take. Takes, drop the silver, runs, take, that seems good. Can I attack the edge first? So let's say I attack the edge. He takes. I drop. He takes. Now this is blocked off. But this is not. This is still fine. If takes maybe pawn drop 4-2 is better. 4-2. 4-2 here. All right, or do you mean I assume you mean 6-2. So that would be you're suggesting this. Does that give him time to come back? He comes back, and then I take, and gold takes. Or king takes. King takes. And if he promotes, I could take. I like the silver just because it's that thematic half Mino attack. You know, I think a lot of these problems seem to get reduced to how do I turn this strong castle into a castle that I know how to storm. So this to me is my attempt to make this a half Mino problem. And I think the solution to a half Mino problem here is the silver. That's my thinking. But we've got all these pawns. So I'm also thinking that somehow the edge is going to come into play. Well, hey, Ford, doing great to see you. So we're at 9 minutes. So let me jump into the answer here. So my saying, I am thinking it's this. But I think there's an edge attack in there somewhere. 135. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is a long variation. Okay. Pawn drop 6-4, correct. Gold takes, correct. And there's pawn drop 6-2. You know, oops. If there's a choice between, I hope I'm having a good week so far. It's been a very nice week. Thank you. And just an Atari update. Last Tuesday, she had her shot. Can't remember what the name of the drug is. It's a steroid. She had her shot. And since then, she has not had bloody stool. She has not pooped outside of the litter box. The only thing is that her poop has been harder than normal, and she's been going every 2 days. So I don't know if that's constipation or what, but other than the fact that she's going only every 2 days instead of every 1 day, things look completely normal. And your fingers crossed. I don't want to jinx it, but that is making, that is making things very nice. Oh wait, when is your TTM last round, Gabrielle? Are you in the running for winning it? Is there a bracket somewhere here? Is there a bracket? A TTM bracket? I'm still mad that you're right about this. Gold 7-1, yes. Pawn 9. Ah, now the edge. Pawn 9-5. Pawn takes. Ah. The old classic. The old classic. Ah. The classic. Okay, removing the gold. First, remove the gold from the defense with the pawn strike, pawn drop 6-4. If now gold 7-3, silver drops 6-2. So let's show that. Actually, let me make this the main line. And now 7-3, gold 6-2, like I had said. Or if 6-3, 6-2, the crude silver drops 6-3. And that's what I said as well. That's what I said as well. After the gold has been removed by gold takes, the pawn drop tanking. If gold takes, of course, the classic. Silver drop 7-1, king 7-3. Silver drop 8-2. King 6-3. Or wait, king 6-3. Oh, king 6-3. Interesting. Silver takes, promote. King takes. Get the one gap. Brings the king near mate. If Gote enters pawn drop 6-2 with gold 7-1, well, as we did, as the main line is. Sente has the edge attack. Pawn. Now there's this wall. Well, there's this wall-ish. Wait, the edge attack, pawn 9-5, when the Sendi technique is again decisive. Wait a minute. So that's the end of the explanation. You'll probably try to schedule this weekend. Oh, it's you have to schedule. You try to calculate. You think if you win your game by half point on tiebreak 1, but you're not sure. Well, is there a bracket anywhere? Is there a link? So what if the king just does this? What if the king just does this? What if the king does this? What are we looking at here? This doesn't seem forcing to me. But I've been wrong before. And then we get this, which is really good. I don't know. I don't know. This seems what my Shogi Wars opponents would do to me. They'd start running, and now it would be this mad race to try to figure out how in the world I'm going to mate here. This might actually be better here. I don't know. I don't know. Well. All right. Well, he doesn't go into this. He doesn't go into this. So we pray that our opponent doesn't play King 7-3. I feel that Kaneko, if I had to say one thing, I feel that Kaneko doesn't play many amateur games or lower level games, because it is not uncommon for me to wonder about a variation that seems natural to me, and it seems to me like what my opponents would do that he doesn't even mention. So anyway. Problem 136. Let's move on. Now the knight is up. We've got 3 pawns. We've got a gold. We've got a bishop. Edge attack is absolutely going to be in play as far as my first thought is. They have nothing in hand. Yeah, their knight is already up. We've got a dragon on 2-1. All right. You sent the link on the Discord. Awesome. Can we attack the gold? What if we just straight up go into the edge? Push the edge, takes. So one thing I'm thinking right now, before the edge, trying a similar thing where we go with gold. If he takes, we got the bishop drop. Which might not be that great. Well, now we'll have no gold, but we push the edge. What about the bishop drop here? No, because gold back. Huh. What else? What other ideas? What other ideas do we have? The edge feels good, but what do I want to do with that edge now that this is... So we have no pawn drops on the head. We have no great way to get rid of this gold here. Unless we do drop the bishop. Drop the bishop first. Gold up. Push the edge. In a game, you would probably go for knight's head. The idea being we're trying to gold. We push the pawn. He takes. We drop the pawn. So oh, we can't drop our pawn here. This seems good. I'm willing to buy that. I like that idea. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that's definitely not good for them. Huh. All right, I'm sold. I'm sold. I like that. I like that. Okay. Answer. Pawn 9-5. Pawn 9-5. Let me make this the main line. Pawn 9-5. Pawn takes. Bishop drop 4-3. A gold 7-1. I'm not sure that gold 7-1 is going to be their response. But anyway, I think almost certainly gold 7-1 is not going to be their response against the people I play. Gold 7-1. Pawn drop 9-3. Lance takes. Now we get the gold. Oh, no. Okay, well, he wants to do pawn 9-4. Lance takes. Pawn drop 9-3. Yeah, that threatening mate. So we're going to get this gold. Yeah. Hmm. I don't think we just take. Maybe there's something better than just taking here. Like gold drop, take. Anyway, let's see what the description says. Attack on the edge. After sacrificing the edge pawn with pawn 9-5, pawn takes. Drop the bishop by bishop drop 4-3 to attack the gold on 6-1. After gold 7-1, draw the lance out with pawn drop 9-3. and pawn drop 9-4. Then dangle a pawn with pawn drop 9-3. In the solution diagram, if Gote defends by gold 8-1, the solution diagram, gold 8-1, will do. Really? Oh. Wait. Oh, because I've got a silver. Because I've got a silver. I could do this. All right. Instead of bishop drop 4-3, the gold drop 5-2. The gold drop 5-2, answering gold takes by bishop drop 7-1 and gold 7-1. Wait. So this. This is severe. What else is severe? And gold 7-1 by pawn drop 9-2. Lance takes. Oh, wait. Instead of gold drop 4, the gold drop 5-2. So in gold drop, if he does this, then this, Lance takes, then we get the bishop drop. Same, the usual technique. So he does, again, he does not answer. Again, he does not go into what I think the response would be. So what are we going to do here? What are we going to do here? I don't know where we're going with this. I'm getting mildly frustrated by this book now. I'm getting mildly frustrated by this book because I don't think this is the natural response. I don't think gold 7-1 is the natural response. I think at least at my level, I think my opponents are gonna double up their defense. Maybe even come this way. Huh. All right. Well, I've got to take his word for it. I wish I could use the engine in these situations to at least get the right answer. You're going now? All right. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a great remainder of the day. Yeah. All right. Well, that's two. That's two so far. That's two so far. Two good ones, but neither of them address what I think of as the opponent's natural response. All right. Problem 137. Making sure we don't have a pawn in the fifth file. They have nothing in hand. We've got a bishop gold and a pawn in ours. The knight is still back. All right. All right. So we have fewer pawns than we had before. And the king has the running square of 7-3 still, and the edge is still protected better with the knight. But we have a but we don't have something in here. I think what I would do is probably just pawn drop. You know, I would try this. That's what I would in a game. I think that's the first idea that I would have. And if he goes back, I just wedge the gold in there. You know, since it's my idea, I'm going to guess it's wrong. And since we're we're in the part of the chapter where there are multiple paths, I don't think it's going to be strictly from using meta. You know, these just the side attacks, those come first in the chapter. We're already too far for it just to be that. Is there anything we can do with the edge? I don't see it. Hmm. All right. I'm going to say that. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it and I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn. I'm going to say it and I'm going to learn. Okay, I see the arrow is edge and side. Pawn 9-5. Pawn 9-5. Pawn takes. Oops. Pawn 5-2. Gold takes. Lance takes. Lance takes. Huh. What? What are we doing here? I guess if he tries it, we just take. Wow. Wow. So let's go through that again. Pawn takes. I'm not sure I see my opponent doing that. Are they really going to lance take? Are they really going to lance take? Are they not going to do this? Oh, that's mate. That's mate. Oh, okay. So, okay. Okay. Well, it's not mate. It's not mate. It's not mate. Let's see if Kaneko goes into my proposed variation. Called a fierce bishop sacrifice attack. After sacrificing the pawn by pawn 9-5. So these problems, boy, there are a lot of possible, like, I think, reasonable responses to all of these moves. To take advantage of the potential for a pawn drop on the 5th file with pawn drop 5-2 definitely doesn't seem like he has to take. What to do after gold takes is the problem. After the normal bishop drops 7-1, there is the danger that the attack cannot be forced through after pawn 7-3. However, lance takes bishop 9-1 is a fierce mating attack, making use of the sending technique. A whole bishop is sacrificed, but with dragon 7-1, Sente achieves a near mate position. In the solution diagram, if bishop drop 8-2, gold takes 7-2. In the solution diagram, well, yeah, so let's see. 8-2, dragon takes 5-2, gold over, pawn drop 9-3 wins. Oh, pawn drop 9-3. Pawn drop 9-3. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, very cool there. But why does he have to take with the lance? He can't do this because, well, yeah, like I said, he can. It is not. It's not. He can run. What about this? What about this? What about this? Oof. I'm going to sit on this because I'm going to sit on this and try to find the answer here, because this is now three extremely unsatisfying lessons, or slash problems for me right now in a row, because the book is simply not going, as far as I'm concerned, is not going into as many variations. Are we just going to slowly win this way? I don't even know if this is going to win. Like tough. Very tough. Very tough. Huh. Boy. Boy, oh boy. Hmm. Yeah, I guess this looks good. I guess. I guess. It's we're tearing apart the castle. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Emperor Rex, good day. Great to see you. This is why I struggle in 3-minute games. Like you know, I will often struggle to find the end here. Like Kaneko doesn't even consider this, doesn't even mention this, but there must be something here. There must be something better than what I just did, because otherwise he would show it. I imagine. Otherwise he would show this variation. This seems way more difficult than the variation he showed, but I must be missing something. Like, do we potentially do this? Um, like, do we start taking and but that's not mating. You know, it's the variation he showed is leading to mate. So I have to believe that a variation he doesn't show is going to end up in a better result for us than basically mate. But maybe not. Tough one. Tough one. All right, I'll move on. And if anyone watches the VOD later and has a strong idea about any of the three problems so far, the variations that I gave that are not in here, I am all ears. I'd love to try to get a better sense of these. Hey Toki, nice to see you. Very nice to meet you. Greetings. It's early morning in Japan, very early. So thank you for stopping by. Let's move to problem 138. 138. And let me make sure I transcribed it correctly. The opponent has a lance in hand. We have a silver, a knight, a lance, and 2 pawns. We have a rook on 4-1. They're in the fully sort of extended High Mino. And all right. And my eyes unintentionally did see the hint, which is just it's arrows all over. It's coming from the side, coming from the corner, coming from the edge. So at least so this might be a tough one. We don't have a bishop though. Wait. We don't have a bishop. Let me just make sure. Problem 138. Okay, no bishop. So it feels almost like we have to. Like this is a very similar problem to the other one. So if we begin with the pawn, they take. We drop the pawn on 5-2. What does he have to take? Does he have to take? So if we push the pawn, what if he drops the lance on 5-1? Hey, Skykeeper, great to see you. Have you played your WSL game yet? You know, I saw that Gost won his game, but the pharmacist lost for the first time this year. So it's going to come down to you. When is your game? When is your game? Let me just where is this? Saturday. Saturday. Okay. Good luck. Good luck. Toki, you understand a little English. Well, hopefully I speak in a way that is more understandable. We have on this channel, there are more than a few viewers from Japan now who love shogi, but also are trying to improve their English. So I hope it can help. My Japanese is very poor. I have tried to learn, and then I didn't use it enough, and now I need to restart my learning. I really would like to be able to speak it better the next time I go to Japan. I've only been there once. So do I drop the pawn first? Drop the pawn first? If I drop the pawn, he takes. Yeah, I don't have a great follow-up. But if I push the pawn, oh, what about I drop the pawn, gold takes, I drop the knight. Gold comes up. I promote. Huh. Well, if you don't get that confirmation, maybe you'll be able to win on a carryover where the opponent doesn't play. That would be a strange way to get the team's first victory of the year. What about pawn? Take, lance, take, silver. You say, Emperor X, you're saying side pawn attack, draw the king out, attack the head. Well, so I think the edge is probably going to be the answer, but I don't see where we're going after this. Maybe this is strong enough. Or maybe if he does that, we take. Yeah, maybe that's too good. Maybe that's too good. Maybe he can't allow that because now there's no real great defense. Yeah, like this is very difficult now, I think. I think. Hey, Dodowski, Lance 6-2. Yeah, the Lance 6-2 is where you see the to defend? Like that's is that after this? Oh, I guess I can't drop a pawn here. Oh, well, there goes that idea. I can't drop a pawn here. Yeah, if we do this, obviously the gold can't this gold can't take because we get mate. If this gold takes, then we get mate. If the king takes, if the king takes, if the king takes, if the king takes, do we have what is our follow up? We can get the one gap, but this gold drop is the gold. I think like the gold drop or the gold, or maybe even just the lance. Well, I like the gold. I don't think we have a way to force it now. Well, I do like this. I do like this. Well, let's ignore that. Let's because I think what we get from that is too good. So let's make this the main. So how about This knight is protecting my knight drop. Like I like the idea of this silver. But he doesn't have to take. And even if he does take, I take and I don't have a mating piece. Where's Lance takes? Now do I just come up here? And now I've got all sorts of stuff here. I'm willing to make this. I'm willing to say this. We spent enough time. I'm willing to say that this is my answer. I'm willing to say that this is my answer. So problem 138. Let's see. Pawn 9-5. All right, we're on the right track. Pawn takes. Okay, let's see if we'll see if he mentions that, but probably not. Pawn takes. Wait, was it? Did I not even consider this? Wait, yes, I did. What line was I drawing? Oh, I guess we just talked about this. Okay, all right. Weird. Takes. Pawn 9-3. Lance takes. Knight drop 8-6. Lance drop 9-1. Knight takes 7-4. Wow. Gold takes. Lance drop. Gold 7-1. And then we do the promote. Wow. 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 So reviewing takes. Huh. Wow. I like that. All right. So attacks at the edge, king's ear, and side. First, sacrifice a pawn on the edge by pawn 9-5. After pawn takes, draw the lance out with pawn drop 9-3. And is there no way that they can ignore this? Is there no way they can ignore this? So, like, I would argue that this might do something. Anyway, so let's see. Drop a knight at the rear with knight drop 8-6, threatening pawn drop 9-4. The defense of lance 9-1, lance drop 9-1 brings the edge attack to a halt, but now the knight jumps the other way with knight takes 7-4, forcing gold takes and making way for the lance drop 6-3. If gold takes 6-2 in the solution diagram, gold takes 6-2 in the solution diagram, bishop or silver 7-1, of course. Or if gold 8-1, silver drops 7-1, king 9-2, token takes, gold takes, dragon 6, make a dragon on 6-1. Gold takes, and then we're just gonna win. Okay. Okay. Well, he didn't go into that other variation. It's getting, it's getting harder to as these get more complicated, I guess there would be too many variations. Maybe at my level, maybe it's just obvious to a stronger player like the author what happens. Maybe it's just so obvious to stronger players what happens if the edge attacks are ignored, that they don't even have to think about what to do. But it happens so often to me where the opponent will stack up pieces on the other side and the edge attack won't necessarily be, at least I won't see a way to make it decisive, and my attacks slow down. So, yeah. All right, problem 139. Let's check this. I'm gonna have a sip of water first. Problem 139. Got the dragon on 2-1. High Mino with the extended knight. We've got a pawn on the 5th rank threatening to come in. Or 5th file. We've got a rook, silver, and a lance in hand. They have a pawn in hand. Wow. Okay. I mean, I'm ready to drop this rook. But either he comes up or he drops a pawn. Also thinking about just pushing here. If he takes, I got this. Or maybe if I pushed, he would simply drop the pawn there on 5-2, which would also block that rook. Thinking about doubling up. Thinking about doubling up. A lot of options here. So if I drop a lance, eh, I don't think so. I think it would just drop a pawn back. So like if I did this, or would I drop the pawn? Yeah, that maybe that's not it. Oh, their pawn can also, like if I double up, they can also just drop the pawn there, which ends a lot of the shenanigans. Well, maybe. I guess then I could drop a lance. Yeah. Huh. What other? You just win a lost game. Oh, it does feel good. Are you playing on Wars? Hey, I dream Shogi. Nice to see you. You think you drop on pawn drop 5-1, or you drop on three? You think if I drop on 3-1, pawn drop 5-1? Yeah. So that's what I'm. That's what I'm. That's what I. Yeah. Okay. So I probably missed yours. Oh yeah, that was 3 minutes ago. Sorry. So do like I would I just start piling on pieces? What time control are you playing, Skykeeper? I played a bunch of 3 minute games yesterday off stream that I recorded, um, so that I can have some content to upload next week while I won't be able to stream. And there, there are a couple come from behinds in there. Also, a couple, more than a couple, I think, of lose from aheads, but also some come from behinds. Lose while very ahead, I think, is some of them. The problem is my eyes saw that there's also an edge attack component to this. My eyes, when I scanned the problem to make sure I input it correctly, I saw that hint of side and of edge and from the dragon side. Hmm. What about just dropping the? No, because in the pawn. Uh, Pawn. Lance drop 9-8 looks promising. I mean, you're always so the problem is I can't make triple lances. So this is not I Dream of Shogi special. It's only 2 lances. I guess I could also drop the rook back here. Then what is my idea? What's my idea? I take? Huh. And then drop another? Drop the rook? Oh, you play 10 minutes. Oh, okay. I love 10 seconds. So you used to play that. Um, you have a little free time at work and you play fast. Yeah, yeah. 10-second games can go on, but I think they're generally faster, at least for me. So you're not a 3-minute player then. I was thinking that today because I was thinking today that I might play try to I was going to think maybe the stream would be when I was planning on what I would do today on stream. I thought maybe I would try to go for I think I need 35 more wins to hit 150 for this Gyoku show. So I was thinking maybe I'd try to get 35 3-minute wins in the next within the next 22 hours. I just don't have enough time, I think, today to do it. Yeah, yeah. 3 minutes is tough. 3 minutes is just real tough. Um, unless you're I like on for me on mouse and keyboard, 3 minutes is just extremely difficult. On mobile, I'm much better. But again, my rating is so low. I'm only 3 minute or 3Q, and so I'm playing lower players, but I'm still struggling to rank up. Although off stream, I'm winning a lot of games. I'm winning 70% of my games, I'd say, off stream. In the game, most of the games I lose, it's just because I'm losing on time. So Lance takes 9-5. Lance takes silver drop 9-1. King takes, dragon takes gold. Rook drops 7-1. Yeah, that does look interesting. Um, Or would I... Hmm. Rook takes, rook drop 8-1. So you, oh, the lance, you like the lance. So let's drop the lance instead. Or... yeah, because now that silver can't do anything. But... we... well, I can't do that. uh, it feels like something's here. It feels like it's here. Wait, gold 7-3. Wait, gold 7-3. Or gold 8-3. Well, because I don't think gold 8-3, because then the rook can now take. Oh, gold 9-3. Okay. Yeah. Or wait, is that still... we're still forced to take? No, we're not. No, we're not. Okay, so this is... like, there's no stop in this. I don't think. Well, no, of course not. Yeah, you can't drop it here because I'll just take drop. Yeah, that's it. All right, let's see. Let's see. I like this now. I like this line a lot. This is problem 139. Lance drop 8-3. Lance drop 8-3. Lance drop 8-3. King takes. Dragon takes 6-1. Silver takes. This is basically I Dream of Shogi's idea. but just different. A fierce attack by giving up the dragon. Well, giving up the dragon and the lance. Now that Gote has exchanged off his 5th file pawn, it will be difficult to attack if he drops a pawn on 5-1. A quick attack that does not give him time to play pawn drop 5-1 is therefore required. Here, lance drop 8-3 is an unusual idea. After the forced reply of king takes, the aim is to continue the attack by giving up the dragon for a gold by dragon takes 6-1. And after silver takes, dragon 6 or rook drop 8-1 successfully completes the attacking sequence. In the solution diagram, king 7-2 is virtually Gote's only move. Yeah. But then you get the gold. But then silver drops 7-1, binds down the king, and brings it near mate. Oh. Ah, ha ha ha. Yeah. Wow. Very pretty. So kudos to you, sir, for seeing that idea of that stack. Similar idea. This one's like hyper optimized. This is like, yeah, the silver drop is a beauty, but like it's multiple beauty moves. That lance, woo, the lance, then the sack, and then obviously dropping. Wow, that's a good one. That's a real good one. So why is it forced? Why is the king take forced? What's he gonna do? Yeah, I guess that's it. And then king runs this way. Oops. Well, I was going to try to drag it to 8-2, but maybe this is also all right. A follow there. Fat_Lord1000. Greetings. No, Fart Lord 1000. Greetings. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoy Shogi. And thank you. Just going through a classic of English translated shogi literature, storming the Mino Castle. We're in the chapter on storming the High Mino Castle. Moving on to problem 140. Hey, Spinal Tap Chest, great to see you. Always great to see you. Let's see what's going on here. Storming the old High Mino with trying and trying again. It's a battle that never ends. Today has been very tough for me. The first three problems 135 through 137, they were problems where the variations that I thought were challenging for the opponent to make, the author didn't even consider. Hey, Tulip, great to see you too. So let me just check this. 2-1 dragon. We've got the High Mino with the knight. 5 pawns in a row. We have a wow. We have a rook. This feels like a lot of my game. Honestly, this is like a lot of the 3-minute games that I have. The 3-minute games that I've been losing on Shogi Wars lately. This feels like it. Except maybe throw another bishop into the mix in my hand, where I just have every piece. And I have 35 seconds, and my opponent has 40 seconds. And I can't find how to slow it down, how to actually get the mate quick enough. So this is a great, as artificial as this all feels, like this is totally what I've been dealing with and losing with in time scrambles. So I will be eyeing this one closely. We have a rook, we have a bishop, we have a gold, and we have a knight. They have nothing in hand. All right, so the problem is transcribed. And a lot of times, the key is for me not to make an attack that gives them too many pieces to either redefend with or to start spite checking me with. So it's like I need to be very careful in these spots to not overly brute force it, where I give too many, even if it's winning, even if it's winning in the long run. If I'm not making the most optimal attack, sometimes it feels like I will simply just not have enough time to finish. So this will be good. My first thought is 4-3. 4-3 bishop. This is my first thought, except for the fact that I'd like to keep the bishop for here. So second thought is bringing the rook over to double up. You bring the rook over. They bring the gold back. I bring the knight up. He slides the gold over. No, because then I would double. I would attack. He takes. I take. He takes. I take. His gold is here. He's got a knight. He'll just have a rook in hand. It's one of those, it just feels like there's so many wins. So rather than a lance, what about dropping the rook here? No, king takes. No, because then we don't have a rook. So what about... Oops. Delete that move. What about just a gold? What about just a gold here? King takes. dragon takes, and then we get that same position. The difference, though, now, one of the differences is they've got a gold. So now I've got to sort of... And now that feels like it feels like I'm still going to be fine, but I don't know what the opponent's going to do here. Well, no, because then I would... No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. What about the double up? I mean, that's gonna win, right? Have I given too much? Have I given too much? I don't think so. Maybe? Oops, gosh, I'm dropping the pieces. Huh. All right, well, I feels like there's so many options here to win. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say 3-1 gold, 3-1 rook drop. This is problem 140. Knight drop 8-3. Okay, so they went with the they went with the knight drop. So like I thought maybe the rook first, then no, then I thought maybe the gold. They went with the knight. Well, let me read his solution. Well, king takes, of course. King takes, and then we sack again, and it's the same problem. It's then it's the same problem as before, but if he doesn't take, so the successive threat mates in the problem diagram, the normal attacking procedure would be rook drop 3-2 to achieve double rooks. Rook drop 3-2. Okay. But this is not threat mate. Knight drop 8-3 is an acute move, threatening mate after bishop drop 7-1. Oh, okay, okay. So if the opponent just does something like this, doesn't take, well, actually, let's. Where is this? Let me make this my first move. Make this the main line. So if he comes over here, well, then let's not say that. Oh, then we make another threat mate. And now we make another threat mate. Okay. Okay. Wow. If Gote replies, king takes, yeah, dragon takes 6-1, so again, threat mate. And if now silver takes, yeah, gold, rook drop 8-1 brings the king near mate, like in the previous problem. If king 7-2 in the solution diagram, where is the solution diagram? Well, this is the same problem as previous. Yeah, it's the same problem. We got, oh no, well, we've got the bishop drop. Bishop drop 7-1 is the same like the silver. Okay, so it's not the same exact problem, but it's essentially the same problem. Very nice. Very nice. All right. What time is it? It's noon. I'm going to take a quick bio break before doing the next couple. How many more are in this chapter? Okay, there are 8 more problems in the chapter. I don't know if we'll be able to do all 8. But let me switch to the next problem and be right back. All right, back. I'm going to check Shogi Wars just to see if the winning streak event has started. It usually starts around, I think, 24th, 25th, 26th of the month. It looks like maybe no. Checking the event page. No. So this winning streak event has not started yet, but I see that there is the 11th Shogi Wars Kishin tournament in Europe is available for sign up. So if you're in Europe and planning on maybe going to the ESC, well, even if you're not, give that tournament a go. It's nice that they have that. It's hard to believe it's already been a year since the last one. Time flies. Time just flies. All right. Wow. So this problem is now for something completely different. Problem 141. They have all the pieces in hand. We have 2 bishops and a pawn. Oh shoot. Oh no, 2 bishops and a silver. Okay. Phew. I didn't do it wrong. The king is on the edge already. Their High Mino is intact, but the king is on the edge, and our pawn is extended. All right. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know quite how we get into this position. Yeah, I don't quite know how we get into this position, but anyway. So, we could force it. Silver drop. Promote. What about a bishop drop? No, that's not really anything. Let's just, for example, say this. Well, even not that. Like what? How would we even proceed here? Yeah, so I don't think that's it. Vexel Cafe, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you've been having a good day. So we've got threat mates here, but they've got plenty of pieces to block. What about this? Oops. What about silver here? Or bishop here? If they block, we just drop the silver and it's mate. So if they take, we drop the silver and it's mate. Wait, is that it? Is that it? They don't usually just give Hishi problems, or he doesn't usually give just like Hishi problems. So I'm going to guess that this is not it. That's not it, because we dropped the silver. Oh, no, no, no. This is not. So if he takes, we drop the silver, knight takes, and he's got this. Oh no, no, then we have mate with that. What am I missing? That can't be right, can it? Is there some defense I'm not seeing? No, because this is mate. Huh. All right. All right. I don't see any refutation of this. Bishop drop 7-1. Brink mate by blockading the escape route. In the problem diagram, this is the first one I've gotten right, feels like, in a long time. In the problem diagram, silver drop 9-3 fails. Silver drop 9-3 fails. Oh, in the problem diagram. Yeah, silver drop 9-3 fails after knight takes, pawn takes, king 8-1, bishop drop 8-2, silver 7-3, forcing the king's escape. Yeah, yeah. I'll draw that out. I'll draw that out if I didn't already draw that out. No, I didn't draw it out. And then they're saying to wait, what was 8-2? And then the escape route is there. So bishop drop 7-1 is the technique for blockading the escape route, forcing brinkmate with one move. If gold takes, so as I did, silver drop 7-3, silver drop 9-3, knight takes, pawn takes, king 8-1, bishop drop 9-2, and mates. Or if silver 7-3, silver 7-3, oh, silver 7-3. Ah. Promote. Knight takes. Oh, we get yeah. Takes. Comes up. Wait. Oh. There we go. Yeah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I didn't, so that one would have been nice. I think I would have seen that, but that's a nice one. That was the one, that was the hard one. I think that would have been the hard try. I didn't see that as an option. Or maybe I did and I just misread that it would be not just the simplest of mates. So let's look at that one again. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty straightforward. All right, all right. Problem 142. Let's jump to problem 142. We have a gold and a silver in hand. They have everything else in hand. We have a horse on 5-3, a token on 5-2. Their High Mino has already sort of been stormed. Their gold has been pushed up to 7-4. All right. So this is 142. They've already built a wall. So edge is always going to be a possibility. The only thing defending this gold is the king. Hey, Chess Universe, nice to see you. Horse takes 7-1 seems logical. Yeah, it does seem like a first. It definitely seems like a first choice. Where we take, and we drop the gold. King goes away. Push the edge. So let's draw that out. Let's draw that out. This gold is defending here. I don't think I've got enough for this way. How about this? So if he takes, then we've got do we have it? No, we don't have that. That's not enough. That's not enough. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do it. I think that's too slow. I just think that's too slow now. Because Oh. Hmm. So how do we pull the king away? How do we pull the king away while maintaining sort of while maintaining some form of tempo? I think everything else is just so slow. So yeah, like gold token 6-2, I think is would I think normally would be an obvious choice. I just don't know if it's gonna be good enough. Actually, let's what else? What other ways to defend this are there? What other ways to defend this? Oops, that won't do it. What other ways to defend? Because they've got so many pieces to reload with. Hmm. Like even here, it takes, I take. Like takes. Like this doesn't seem this doesn't seem good to me. Because the attack is just over now. It feels like there has to be some, I don't know, or maybe yeah, we're back to this. I think pushing the edge is too slow. Well, yeah, I mean, horse takes. I think so. Horse takes was the first thing we looked at, and I think there's just I don't think there's enough pieces. I don't think there's enough here to... I don't think there's enough. I'm not seeing a good follow-up. Unless... It's just, I don't think that's... It's just not enough pieces. All right. I feel like this is just all just guessing. I'm not seeing anything. There's going to be a trick here. There's going to be a trick. 142. Horse takes 7-1. King takes. Gold drop 9-2. Wait, so I dropped gold drop 9-3. I dropped gold drop 9-3. How is this different? Because the king can still run down here. Oh! Oh ho ho ho! Oh, there it is. There. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. Wow. Okay, so that's the difference. It's not creating the brink mate with the drop over here. It's creating it with it over on 9-1. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, that's fantastic. All right. All right. All right. 145. 145. Let's move on. Wait, no. Oh, 143. 143 is the next one. 143, not 145. So another one of these sort of collapsed High Mino. We've got a knight up attacking. So we don't know how we got here, but we got here. They have nothing in hand. We have a silver, gold, and a bishop in hand. And we've got no pawns. It's only showing the pawns on the last 9th and 8th file. Okay. Our move. So he's blocked off. He is definitely blocked off. This is, I mean, it's going to have to be the edge. It's going to have to be the edge. We can't take this knight because that'll give him running squares. That'll give him plenty of room to run. So right off the bat, I'm thinking about bishop drop. Right off the bat, bishop drop is threat mate. So they have to take with the lance. And then I drop a silver. So the king has to take. I take the lance. And then what? They don't usually give mates though. So that's the thing. So this is what I'm thinking. I think, like, even if he drops here, it doesn't matter because they've only got diagonal pieces. So what else can the opponent do? What else can the opponent do here? They can't run because they can't run. They have to take. They have to take because a gold drop on 8-2 is going to win. So they have to take. And now here, again, they have to take because a gold drop on 8-2 will be made. So we take. And there's no defense here. They can't run because a gold drop on 8-2. They can't defend with a silver or bishop here because the gold drop on 9-2. They can't defend with a silver or bishop on 8-1 because the lance on 9-2 is going to force the take, and then we'll just get the gold drop. That's it. I mean, so now I'm convinced. I'm convinced. They almost never give a tsume. Oh, it's not a tsume. It's a hishi. It was a hishi. So that's my final answer. That's my first and final answer. That's my first and final answer. That's problem 143. And it's wrong. And it's wrong. And it's wrong. Silver drop 9-3. Silver drop 9-3. Lance takes. Bishop drop 9-1. So it's the same solution. I think mine is right. I think mine's right as well. King takes. Knight takes. So I think it's the same. I think it's the same. I think it's the same. The problem. Having noticed that Gote has no golds in hand, you can deliver Brinkmate here. The winning sequence is a silver drop 9-3, followed by the bishop sacrifice, bishop drop 9-1, driving the king to the back rank, and then knight takes 9-3, promote, restraining it from above. Unless he has a gold or rook in hand, Gote has no defense. In the solution diagram, silver drop 8-1 is met by lance drop 9-2, silver takes, gold drop 8-2 mate, as I drew. Incidentally, bishop drop 9-3, followed by incidentally, bishop drop 9-3, my solution, followed by silver drop 9-1, would also do in the problem diagram. All right, thank you, Kaneko-san. Based Kaneko-san. Well, the difference between tsume and hishi is that tsume are forced checks. If the hishi, like if the opponent has mate on the board, like, you know, this is not a forced mate. So I take, it's now hishi. He cannot defend this. So mate is coming on the next move. Unless he can mate. You know, he can, unless he can mate. So like, let's say this bishop gave the opponent a mate. Or my king is here, so he could drop his bishop and then take back. You know, something like that. All right. All right. All right. Well, on that note, I am going to close it up for the day. So we got a bunch of, yeah, tsume is more powerful. Yeah, it's a forced mate. But sometimes the hishi is, I would argue, more powerful because sometimes the tsume is long. So like if you don't read, there's a possibility if you don't read this mate in 9 or whatever, or mate in 11, it's possible to mess up. But sometimes, especially if your king is safe, you put that Hishi on the board and there's just no defense for it. So it's sometimes it's much simpler to see a Hishi than it is to make a long mate where, at the end, if you mess up that mate, you're just in bad shape. And the king has run away. That's one of the things that I do way too often, where I check, I go for the mate and then I let the king get away by one move versus surrounding the king. And yeah. So that was problem 143. We'll pick this up 144. Yeah, 5 more left in this chapter, but I have to call it a day today. Like I said, this week is mostly going to be short streams, relatively short streams. Yeah, so that'll do it. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the chatting. Thank you for the support. And I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye.